Hello, friends. Have you noticed the new normal? That things are starting to open up a little? And my nervous system is experiencing all kinds of changes regarding that. It's like I get excited, yay, we're going to connecting with people and events. And then I start seeing these little conversations about new spikes happening. And immediately my nervous system is like, be careful. And then I think, oh my goodness, we may never get back to having retreats and conferences and concerts. And then I get a sense of sadness with that, like this loss that's happened. And I'm not really sure what the future holds. And that's the reality is there's a lot of uncertainty. So I wrote down a few things that I wanted to share with you this morning. If you're wanting to jump right away into the practice, just jump forward in your in the video by below. So as I was thinking about all the things that I'm missing, the loss of freedom to connect with friends and activities like I used to, I was reminded of this children's story that I used to read to my kids. It could have been worse. And story, the little mouse is going on adventures and having a few bad things happen. But what he is unaware of is that every time one of those little things that he considers bad happening occurs, is something much worse has been avoided. And so I think with the coronavirus, I think, oh my goodness, it could have been worse. It really could have been worse. And so I keep reminding myself of that to try and bring a little bit of a sense of gratitude. The second thought that I have is that I'm here complaining about, my little losses of freedom. And this is such a first world problem. But the reality is I live in the first world, and this is my suffering. And I kind of use the framework of mindful self-compassion to look at what is the and that helps you lean out of some of the story that can go on into the in your mind. Hollywood would probably pay millions to buy the stories that my mind can create of disaster. And so really trying to bring my mind back to what is reality, what is unknown, and what is real that I know. Second part to mindful self-compassion is this common humanity, realizing that people from Korea to Australia to me here in California are all facing this COVID-19 situation. And then the third part is bringing a bit of self-kindness to the suffering that is. So although it's not the worst thing that could have happened to me, it is something that has happened. This experience has happened, and it continues on a daily basis, this sense of loss and sometimes the lack of my routines, and it's stressful. And just honoring that experience and bringing a sense of kindness to this and knowing that it is hard and that I care about this difficulty. And I'm doing the best I can to work with this difficulty. So with that in mind, I wanted to share how I'm trying to work on my routines. Some of you may have seen this slide that I've presented in some of my presentations about what I consider to be the 5 pillars of health and happiness. And the first one is I'll talk about is sleep. Yeah, my sleep has been disrupted from some of the stresses related to COVID-19 and also from changes in my eating and exercise that have resulted in changes in my sleep. So what I'm doing to help me with my sleep is unwind before going to bed with either sleep stories or a meditation or perhaps some stretching. And then during the day, one of the things that I do is I listen to Tara Brock's podcast. She has some great meditations that I really enjoy. And then really trying to honor the circadian rhythm. When the sun first comes up, getting that sunlight to hit our brains is really important to getting our melatonin, which then helps us sleep at night. So honoring that circadian rhythm. When it comes to the eat part, so there's sleep, eat, move, connect, and grow. So we'll talk about each one of those. So on the eat one, the thing that's happened with me with COVID is that the sense has me rummaging around food for soothing on a regular basis. And my antidote to that is mindful eating, where I really try and be aware of my hunger and respond to that with eating, and when there's anxiety, looking to other things to do it, to soothe the anxiety rather than eating. And you can hear a little bit more about this in my video on peace behavior change, which is on my channel. The next part is move. And as you know, I love to do yoga, but there's 3 parts to movement. One is strengthening and stretching, and surging is the 3 parts that I talk about. So strengthening and stretching really does happen a lot with yoga, but sometimes the upper body needs a little more, so I might be doing some pull-ups, some things to strengthen the shoulders with a little weights as well. But the surging, I feel like the heart has to get going at times and to get a little out of breath, and that can happen in yoga flow. But another thing I do is walking. Walking to connect, which is one of the next things with nature and the outdoor world and the environment. So a good walk to the point where I can no longer just breathe through my nose, but I'm getting a little short of breath and my mouth opens up. Then I know that I've really got my heart rate going a little bit. So doing my best to get a little bit of movement in. The next part is connecting. And one of the things that COVID has done is really rocked my connection with friends. I just don't get to see people near as much in those environments that I enjoy so much. So I'm really struggling a little bit with that, but trying to enjoy those emails that you send or connect on the phone, or to still feel connected to my friends. And of course, I'm still one of those essential workers, so I do get to see some of my friends in the workplace, and that is good. The other part of connection is, like I mentioned, connecting with the environment. And one thing I found since I'm in my home environment a little bit more is how important it is to gain a sense of serenity, to have that home environment a little bit cleaned up and more soothing. So I'm working on that as well, to get rid of a few piles of a whole carload of stuff off to Salvation Army, so that I have a little more serenity in the home as well. The last part that I really think is a pillar to my happiness and impacted by COVID is the grow, or the, we love routines, but human beings also love a novel experience, a new experience. And this is where I think about, where am I growing in my life? And in particular, growing by reading. And one of the books I'm reading right now is Fiber Fueled by Dr. Will Bolsowitz. I really recommend that. I did a video on the Eat Your Vegetables, you can see on my channel, which is really a lot about his work on how important fiber is to our microbiome. So another book that I'm enjoying reading is How to Survive a Pandemic. And the third one is Lifespan. So if you enjoy reading, those are some of the things I'm reading. And then a podcast. I love to listen to podcasts. And the one that I'm really into now is the Plant Proof Podcast, the Rich Roll Podcast, You Made It Weird Podcast with Pete Holmes. He's so funny, a good comedian, and Beat Your Genes with Dr. Doug Lisle. So, yeah, lots of good stuff to keep me growing and learning. And I hope you're finding some of those things too. Okay, let's begin our practice. Take a moment to feel the weight of your body landing here on the mat. Take a nice full breath in and let it go. Repeating that 2 or 3 times. Bringing your attention to sounds. Noticing how they come and then they pass. No ability to cling to sounds. Come and they pass. Then bringing attention to the thinking mind and how our thoughts also come. They may create emotional states and then they pass, like clouds in the sky. Sometimes dark and ominous, and other times light and air-filled, moving on, always moving on. bringing the attention over the heart and setting an intention for your practice. What would you like to deepen today? And then gently dropping the right ear towards the right shoulder and stretching the left arm away. And then inhale, raise the crown of the head up and switching sides. Inhale through the center and repeat. Stretch away. Inhale through center into the other side. Crown reaches up, roll the shoulders forward, up towards the ears and down the back. Inhale, roll them forward, up towards the ears, and exhale, down the back. I'm going to begin with the serenity prayer this morning. So bring that hand up. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Inhale that left arm back up. God, grant me the serenity across the heart to accept the things I cannot change. Inhale the other side. The courage to change the things I can across the heart, and the wisdom to know the difference. Bringing the arms out now in a T. Draw the shoulders back as the thumbs roll back. Inhale and exhale. Three to 5 times. Drop the right hand to the mat and gently sweep that arm over. And then switch to the other side. Inhale back through the center and bring that hand to the inside of the knee and sweep the right hand open, twisting the trunk, coming through center to the other side. Once more on a T, drop in a side bend. Feel the inhale and exhale. Return to the center, feel the spine get tall, hand to the inside of the knee and sweep open. Inhale through the center, sweep open on the other side. And then coming back to the center, and we'll come over onto our hands and knees, preparing for the next warm-up part of our practice. So just bringing a little attention to the spine here, lengthening through the tailbone and through the crown in a nice table. Inhale, tuck the toes, raise the gaze, Vidyasana. Exhale, Marjaryasana. Arch the back. Inhale, cow posture. Exhale, cat posture. Repeating that 2 or 3 times to warm up the spine. I find the older I am, the more the warm-up matters to me. It helps prevent injury. Standing now in table, or kneeling in table, press that right heel out and take the left thumb to the sky. Feel that long line of energy. And breathe with that 2 or 3 times. An option to sweep away from the center. Then bring the left hand down to the mat and kick the right heel up to the sky 2 or 3 times. Bring the ball of the foot down onto the mat and press into the calf, dropping that heel to get a good calf stretch. Returning to table and taking those moves on the other side. Kick that left heel back, right thumb to the sky. Good breath here, lengthening. And then sweep away from center if you'd like. work some of those stabilizing muscles. Bring the right hand down to the mat, kick the left heel to the thigh 3 to 5 times. And drop the ball of the foot to the mat and press that heel back. And then let's widen out the knees as wide as is comfortable for you. Bring the toes together. We'll take Balasana or Child's Pose. So drop the hips back towards the heels and then fold the body down between the thighs and reach the fingertips out, lifting up on top of the fingertips as they crawl forward. Letting the body come to the mat. Breathing and releasing. Lengthening that spine and folding. Walk the hands a little bit off to the left, keeping that right hip down towards the heel. Walk the hands through center and off to the right, and the left hip stays tacked towards the heel. Bringing the hands back to center, nice little stretch forward, and lift the hips. Bring the knees back underneath the hips, tuck the toes, and press on up to a down dog. Our first down dog of the practice. Pedal out the heels, let them reach for the earth, stretching those calves and hamstrings. As that heel drops, drop the chest towards the thigh, intensifying that stretch on the back of the leg. Bring a little attention to your hands. The fingers are spread like starfish, nice and wide. And the weight is borne at the base of the thumb and the first two fingers. Soften the knees, let the chest comes towards the knees, and one heel at a time drops, draw the heart towards that leg, and then the other side. Exhale, push the heart towards the knee that's straightened, and then begin to look between the thumbs, and walk up to a fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep those arms behind you and come up to a mountain. Hands to the heart. Take a moment to recall your intention. Okay, coming to the top of your mat, we'll take a dancing mountain and dancing star. So inhale the arms up as you step back on the left. Let the chest lift. Exhale, step forward. And then on the right, stepping back. And exhale. Now the star part. Inhale, the arms open. Reach that left foot out to the side. Widen the chest. Draw the shoulder blades together. And exhale home. Now to the other side. Inhale, open. Now repeat the mountain. Inhale and exhale. Star. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, mountain and exhale. And the other side. And open. And the other side. One more time through the series. Inhale up and home. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And release. Let's come up to the top of our mat and begin a little flow practice. Standing in your mountain. Let the joints stack a little. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, folding at the hip. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, step back, low lunge. Sweep those arms up in a V and let the hips drop towards the forward heel. Exhale, fold, walk the hands back, a little bit of a hurdler stretch. Walk the hands forward, tuck the back toes, runner's lunge. Push the feet apart. And then come back to a pyramid stretch. Great to use a block here as well. Really let that left leg lengthen and feel the back get strong, the spine long, and then gently fold forward over that knee. Return forward to the runner's lunge. Press the feet apart, crescent lunge. Lifting through the back of that right leg. Exhale and fold. And step back for our plank and flow. Drop your knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right heel and bring it forward between the legs, between the hands. And runner's lunge twist. Keep the back of the left leg up. Hand comes down. Stepping forward, forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, top. Exhale, hands to the heart. Take a moment to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? How does your body feel as you start to warm up? Always approaching with kindness with your practice with kindness and your intention. Finding mountain again. Inhale, raise your arm. Exhale, float, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, and we'll take these moves on the other side, a low lunge. Untuck the toes, inhale. Exhale, hurdler stretch. Inhale, walking forward, runner's lunge. Exhale, draw that right hip back, lengthen out the spine, and gently fold over the straightening leg in pyramid. Inhale, bending the knee, coming forward, runner's lunge to crescent lunge. Lift through the back of that left leg. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Hold plank for a breath. Press through the heels, drop the knees, the chest and the chin. Keep the elbows in. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Sway the hips left and right. We have a nice airplane in our sky this morning. Sounds like somebody's traveling. Sometimes those sounds can be reassuring. Inhale, glancing between the thumbs. On the exhale, lift the left leg. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, bring it forward between the hands. Keep the right hand down and take that runner's lunge twist towards the left leg. Bring the left hand down and step forward. Forward fold. Inhale, lift, halfway lift, long flat back. Exhale, fold. Shake it out a bit. Releasing the neck and the arms. Okay, ragdoll. Nod the head yes. And then side to side. Inhale, halfway lift again. Feel the strong back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep those arms behind you. Raise up. And exhale, hands to the heart. And release. Empty coat sleeves. Take a moment again to check in with yourself as we move into our next Surya Namaskara C, a C series practice. Finding your mountain. Feel that tallness in your spine from the heels through the crown. We're going to use a block with this practice, so you might grab a block if you have one. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold and step back on the right. Keep the right hand down and take that dragonfly twist. Lift through the back of the right leg. Take a couple breaths here. Bring the left hand down and step back to plank for your flow, taking or skipping your flow. We all meet in down dog. Inhale the right heel up, lifting, then bend the right knee and stack the hips. Flex the right foot, the ankle. Then extend that right leg again, pointing that toe. And bring the right foot forward between the hands for a pigeon. So in my case, I'm going to bring that shin parallel to the front edge of the mat and use a block on the right hand side to give me a little bit of a pigeon here. And lifting up a little bit towards the left. Really working with the outer right hip here to get that stretch. Play with this a little bit. I notice if I bring my knee down, I can still do this stretch. Creates a little less strain on the right arm. You can also bend the knee back and take that stretch a little bit more in a classic pigeon, finding more of a lift in the chest. If you take the heel back, the knee comes forward still. Okay, tuck the back toes, plant the hands, and turn to a three-legged dog. Raise that right heel up and give it a good little circle in the ankles. Want to make sure we keep our knee comfortable. Bend that right knee again and stack the hips one more time. Lengthen out through that foot, and this time we'll take a side plank with the extended leg. So bring that right leg underneath the body and push it out to the side as you roll to the inner blade of the left foot. Extended leg side plank. Bring the left hand down, sweep back to three-legged dog, and then bring that right foot forward between the hands. Runner's lunge or dragonfly twist. Plant the right foot down, right hand down, step to forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep to the top. Exhale, release. And we'll take those moves on the other side. So we'll move my block over as well. So I can definitely feel the difference from one side to the other from those stretches on that right leg. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, fold at the hip. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Step back on the left, taking your dragonfly twist towards the right knee. 1 or 2 breaths here. Bring the right hand down and step back for a plank, taking or skipping your flow. We all meet in down dog. Inhale the left heel, point through the toe. Bend the knee and stack the hips, flexing the left ankle. Lengthen out through that left leg. And then bring it forward for pigeon. Again, I'm going to make the shin parallel to the front edge of the mat. So I get a little bit more stretch in the outer left hip. So a little movement can really help me with this stretch to deepen that stretch. Again, if this is too much for the arm, bring that back knee down. You can still get the stretch here. Breathe with that. as you move into and out of the intensity of the stretch. And then go ahead and bring that right foot back a little. Let the knee come down to the mat. Frame out the hands. Untuck the back toe. Lift through the heart. Plant the hands down. Tuck the back toe. And push up. Three-legged dog. Bend the left knee and stack the hips. Lengthen out through the leg. Sweep the left leg under the body and out in front of you. Rotate to the inner blade of the back foot. Right arm up to the sky. Extended legs, side plank. Really let those arms stack, reach away from each other. Lifting that right hip up. The right hand comes down to the mat. Return to your three-legged dog. And then bring it forward between the hands. Taking your dragonfly twist on this side. Bring the left hand down to the mat. Exhale. Forward fold. Down here. Up the arms. Up the body. Nodding the head. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach behind you. Sweep up. And exhale, hands to the heart. And release. Taking a little empty coat sleeves. Or shaking out one leg at a time, anywhere where you're holding tension. Back to the top of our mat for a Siri Namaskar, where we have a chair involved. So finding your mountain posture, and we'll begin with drinking bird. My friend Tony introduced me to this way of starting a B series. So we'll inhale, our arms up. And then exhale, just sweep those arms behind you as you fold. And then sweep them back up. And exhale and fold. A little bit of softness in the knees. Inhale up. Third time. Exhale down. Inhale into a chair. Drop the hips. Feel the weight drop into the heels. Lift through the heart. Press the heels away from each other and breathe. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Lean back for plank. Taking your flow here, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling to cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a breath. Inhale, lift the left heel. Exhale, bring it forward. Right between the hands. Press the 2 feet away from each other. Rise up in crescent lunge. Push the hips lower a bit and lift through that back leg. Now bring the hands down for pyramid. So draw that left hip way back. Let's use a block here. Little weight on a block can be really helpful here because it lets you offload the left leg. So drawing that left hip way back, lengthening through the spine, and then folding over that left leg. Pyramid. Dropping that right heel at 6 o'clock. Inhale, coming forward a bit. Bring the right heel down. We're going to take a warrior 1. So 2 lanes of traffic. The back toes are at about 2 o'clock. Sweep the arms up. Warrior 1. Breathe in here. 2 or 3 breaths. Bring the hands behind your sacrum, interlace. Draw them down and open. The pelvic floor. Keeping the footing where it is. The next exhale, fold at the waist or at the hips to the inside of that left thigh. Humble warrior. Raising the hands off the sacrum to the degree that is comfortable for you. Release the hands to the mat. Change the position of the back foot. Toes now to 3 o'clock. Bring the left elbow to the left knee. And then raise that right hand up to the sky. Extended side angle. Take your gaze up to the sky if you'd like. Sweep up to warrior 2. Keep pressing the feet apart. Keep those core muscles engaged with exhale. Breathing through the nose. Proud warrior. Flip the left hand and reach up for the sky. Right hand lands on the back thigh. Keep drawing the right kneecap up the thigh. Return into warrior 2. Push through that left heel and straighten that forward leg. Float the hands out parallel to the earth as the right hip leans back. And drop Trikonasana, triangle pose. And breathe. Engaging the core. And lengthening through that left leg. Drawing that left hip way back. Bend the knee. Return to warrior 2. Lower the hip. The left elbow. And this time sweep that right arm all the way over the ear. Reach it out like a long line of energy from the right heel to the right fingertips. And breathe. Step back for your flow. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, cobra, or up dog. And returning to down dog, couple breaths. Taking these breaths on the other side. Inhale the right heel. And bring it forward between the hands. Press the feet away from each other. In crescent lunge. Try and hip a bit. Lift with the left heel and the back of the left leg. On the exhale, folding the hands to the inside of that right leg. Draw that right hip back and take a nice long pyramid. As the right leg lengthens, lengthen the spine through the crown. And on the exhale, fold over that right leg. Inhale, a little lift. Exhale, lower. Just breathing with this pyramid pose. And lowering that back towards 6 o'clock. And then taking the back and facing off to about 10 o'clock. 2 lanes of traffic. Rise in warrior 1. Keep the right knee right over the ankle. Press the feet away from each other. And breathe. Release the hands to the sacrum, interlace, moving the fingers over one so you get a little bit of a different hold on the hands. Draw the hands down, shoulder blades together. Broaden across the collarbones, a little lift in the heart. Keep the core engaged with each exhale, nice and strong through that entire lower spine. With our next exhale, we'll fold at the hips, humble warrior. Option to raise the hands off the back. And then releasing the hands to the mat. Change the footing where the toes on the back foot are facing 9 o'clock. Bring the right elbow to the right knee. And open an extended side angle. Letting the hips lower, but keeping that right knee right over the ankle. Gently lifting as you press the feet apart, warrior two. Got some wild squirrels jumping in the trees today. It's nice to see nature is alive. Flip the right hand, reach up for the sky, proud warrior. Reverse warrior, proud warrior. Drop that left hand on the back thigh, but keep that kneecap on the left pulling up. Keep that core engaged, nice and strong around that low spine. Warrior two. Straighten through that forward knee. Preparing for Trikonasana. Float the arms out. Drop that right hand down to the inside of that right shin or ankle. And open the heart to the side. Trikonasana. Returning to warrior two. Try and find a certain softness here, even as you're holding these challenging, strong poses. Measure the breath. Breathe through the nose. Let the face be soft and relaxed. Bring the right elbow to the right knee. Taking extended side angle, reach the left arm up, and then over the ear. Long line of energy from the left heel to the left fingertips. Lift, open the ribs on the left with the breath. Bring the left hand down to the mat. Frame the foot. Step back for your flow. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, or just meeting in up dog or in down dog. Pausing now in down dog. 2 to 3 breaths. Step the feet forward just about a half a step. And widen out the footing a bit. Reach the right hand underneath the body to the left ankle or calf. And looking under the left arm towards the sky. Breathing. Hand down. Take the left hand and reach for the left ankle or looking under the right arm towards the sky. And breathing. Step back into standard down dog and sway the hips a little bit right and left. Float out to plank. Holding plank for 3 to 5 breaths. A lot of length come into the body through the heels and the crown. A little lift in the sacrum, protecting the low back. Bring the knees through the arms and unfold onto your mat. Coming down for our core practice. vertebrae by vertebrae. So bringing some attention to the low back. There's a little space right underneath the small curve in the spine there. On the exhale, really push the navel down. That little curve disappear. Inhale, lift a little. Exhale, push it down. Feel the spine kind of rocking, the sacrum rocking here. Inhale and exhale, almost like a cat-cow movement. Repeating this now with the breath. And then grabbing onto the edge of your mat, stabilizing there. With the next exhale, roll the spine up, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming into a bridge. Draw the knees together and point them out in front of you. The chin be lifted to the sky and squeeze to get a good lift in the hips. On the exhale now, gently lift the heel and vertebrae by vertebrae, lower yourself down to the mat. Let the right heel go long, and we're going to take a one-footed bridge. So find that cat-cow in your spine. Inhale, roll yourself up into that one-footed bridge. Exhale, bring it down. We'll do this 5 times. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. And exhale. Last one, make it good. Bring the right foot down. We'll take these moves on the other side. Extend through the left heel. Roll it up. Exhale it down. Inhale up. Down. Inhale, 3. Inhale, 4. Last one. Bring the shins into tabletop. Drop just the right heel towards the earth. And then lift it back up in the left. Let's bring our arms out into cactus. And just work those abs. So the knee is right over the hip. So don't bring it in further than that. Try and keep it right over the hip. Okay, that's tabletop. Dropping one heel. Inhale back up. Exhale the other heel. And doing this for 3 to 5 breaths. Bring both knees into tabletop, and then this time we'll push the right foot out so it's long. Inhale back to tabletop, and then the left side. And doing this for 5 to 10 cycles. Breathing that small of the back into the mat. Can you smile with it? I've lost count, but do a few more. Both knees in now. Plant those elbows into the earth. And this time we're going to let the knees roll off to the right. Inhale through center and off to the left. Inhale through the center. Exhale off to the side. Taking the knees off. to one side or the other, or between 5 and 10 times. And then when you're ready, bringing the heels back down to the earth. Let the legs go long. The arms come alongside the body. Reach the fingertips nice and wide and long, and reach towards the heels as you lift through the heart. And then squeeze the glutes and float the heels in a long boat. Breathe. Release. Just releasing for a breath or two. And then we'll repeat that low boat posture. 3 to 5 breaths. And release. Bring the knees in towards the chest. And draw some circles on the back. Beginning to unwind. Releasing the tension of the practice. Honoring your effort for showing up, for being here, taking care of your body. I'm drawing a little bit of an infinity sign on my back with the knees as my pencil, or my femurs as my pencil. Keep the right knee in and let the left heel go long. Let the right knee come out a little bit to the right side. Place it into the left hand and let the right arm go out in a T. Draw that right knee across the body, maybe even let the right foot extend out in a long spinal twist. The right gaze goes towards the right hand. You might reach up with the right hand towards the back corner of the room so you get a nice long stretch between the right hand and the right foot. Close your eyes and take a nice big breath in and release. And then gently bringing yourself through center. We'll take that posture on the other side. Right leg goes long. Knee in. Let the left knee come out a little bit towards the left. Plant it into the right hand as the left arm goes out. Bring that left leg across the body, maybe even unfolding the knee. You're reaching through that left toe. Take the gaze off towards the left hand that reaches for the back corner of the room. Take a nice big breath in and stretch that foot and hand away from you. And gently bringing that knee back to the center. And begin to unwind your body onto the mat for our final resting posture, Savasana. The arms and legs come a little away from the center of the mat. The hands or palms are up in a gesture of acceptance. As you enter into Savasana, take a nice full breath in. See if you can remain curious about what's present right here, just noticing the sounds, sensations. Feel the big breath. And on the exhale, in your mind saying, ah. Inhale with a little bit of wonder. wonder and curiosity. And exhale. Repeating that 3 to 5 times. Inhale with wonder. Exhale. If you're facing a particularly difficult moment in your experience, on the inhale, being curious, and on the exhale, just placing the hands over the heart and saying, "Ah, ah, ah," allowing that kindness to be brought to your experience. Ah. And unfolding the body. Receiving the sensations from the body. Feeling the echo of your practice. Letting the body grow heavy. Unwinding. beginning to notice the sights and sounds around you. Taking a bit of breath in. Letting the light filter in between cracked lids. Beginning to find a little movement in the body.
The right arm overhead and then the elbow. Reach the right elbow away from the left heel. And then switching left elbow up, reach through the right heel.
Into the chest. Just rock the hips side to side, catching yourself with the elbows. And gently holding the knees towards your chest. And honor, again, your intention to care for this body, for your experience, the emotional body, with kindness. When you're ready, coming to a seated posture to close our practice together. Bringing your hands to the heart. The light and life in me sees and honors the light and life in each of you. Notice the light, the life in you. Om Shanti. Namaste.
Friends, wish you the best as you navigate your new normal, finding new teams that help support your wellness, health, and your happiness. Share your journey with me in your comments below.
I grow from you as you grow from me. Have a beautiful week. Bye-bye.